Okay, here we have the Dyson DC44 vacuum cleaner, and there's a couple of jobs that you'll do as an owner regularly. So this is the powered head, and what you'll often find, as you will with all good spinning bar heads with brushes in, is that sometimes you get fluff and grit, and especially those long hairs that wind themselves around, that you just need to free up to return your head back to optimal functioning. Dyson have done this really easily. They've created on one end the non-powered end, so one end's got this larger, thicker chunk of plastic, and this end it's much skinnier, and there's a thinner end here. And they've created this really simple idea where you can just slide out the whole roller. So let me just show you the click. I've got here a 10p coin. It's a curved recess, so it really is meant to be better done with a coin or a washer. I wouldn't use a flathead screwdriver because you'll potentially damage the plastic here. So here we go. If you listen, you've got quite a positive click. So that's it unlocked, and that's it locked. So when it's locked, it's completely in horizontal position, so you know you're going to return it back to that position, and unlocked, it's slightly pointing down. So in its unlocked position, I can now literally slide along the roller, so just my finger underneath. It's a bit of a dirty job, and once you've got the end cap off, all you literally need to do is to ease along the roller until it comes out fully, and it literally does come out. Okay, a little shake on that, but that is now, put that aside and focus on the roller. And okay, there's no easy way, but you're going to pick off the fluff, and yes, those long hairs are then going to be unwound and thrown away. So it's a bit of a mucky job. You don't need to be watching me do that, and what I'm going to do is then quickly edit back once that is clear, and I'll reinsert the cleaned roller. Okay, I've now plucked and pulled all the various dust and fluff and hairs from my roller, so that's clean enough. Just want to mention one thing. So sometimes you get some very, very strong threads and hairs from the carpet or other places where it's really quite hard to get off, and starting to peel the thread so you can just then unroll it can be awkward, and certainly a knife cutting down very carefully onto the plastic, very, very carefully, obviously only cutting the thread or the hairs, etc., so it's free, certainly aids that process. So this is clean enough. I don't myself rinse this. I don't think it's necessary. I find just a good pluck, etc., gets that really quite clean. One thing, as you see, it's really easy to remove and to put in. I'll show you putting in a minute, which really bodes well if and when, and eventually these bristles and this lovely fibre, the black stuff's really nice fibrous material, does wear down. It's easy to replace, and you can imagine buying one of those from Dyson and popping it in the unit being no big deal at all. It's only a 1-2 minute task. Okay, so I've got this clean. I'm going to pop this in now. Let's get that mess away. Don't need the knife anymore. I've got my 10p coin. It's a little bit easier upside down, and the only thing is to make sure you put it in the right way. So there's one end of the brush bar that's got a single metal pin on the end, and the other end's quite a flat cup, which has got a kind of a 3 stubby ended cup that locks into the motor end, which is down the end there. So same thing in reverse, you're just sliding it in. Obviously the brushes have got to be put through a slightly smaller hole, and I can feel that that's met and locked in place correctly. So all I now need to do is to line up. Okay, so obviously we've got a lock point here, and we've got to line it up so that the cap can go on top. There's a 10p piece, there it is, fumbling for that. And again, twist until that is horizontal, and you hear that nice confirming click. We have now a new Dyson DC44 head, all cleaned and ready to go. Okay, here we have the Dyson DC44 vacuum cleaner, and there's a couple of jobs that you'll do as an owner regularly. So this is the powered head, and what you'll often find, as you will with all good spinning bar heads with brushes in, is that sometimes you get fluff and grit, and especially those long hairs that wind themselves around, that you just need to free up to return your head back to optimal functioning. Dyson have done